Hi everyone, it's AngelBlade13. Welcome back to my Kingdom Hearts 2 Final Mix walkthrough. In the last episode, we did a bunch of mini-games through the different worlds and got the special score for some of them. Today we're doing a Final Mix exclusive minigame, the Mushroom 13. So we're gonna head back over to the area where we had the Battle of 1,000 Heartless, and we notice these different mushrooms. They are also scattered through the different worlds, and each of them has a special minigame that they want to play with us. For each minigame, I'll be going over a strategy that I feel comfortable with and that I can accomplish the goal with. If I know of another one, I'll briefly talk about it, but I'm just going to show you the one that works for me. We can do these in any order. I kind of like doing them in the order that the organization was defeated from the previous game, Chain of Memories, as well as in Kingdom Hearts 2. So you can do these in any order that you want. It's not really going to make much of a difference. So starting off in Land of Dragons, we have mushroom number 4, the Vexen Mushroom. When you start this game, the mushroom is going to just continuously make clones of itself, and they're effectively going to chase you and try to tag you. If they hit you once, then it's over. Your goal is to defeat as many of them as you can. So what I'm going to do is put on as many form boosts as I have. I'm going to keep the Fatal Crest Keyblade on, and I'm going to take off any MP Haste and Hasteras, because I want my MP to recover slowly. We're going to be making use of Wisdom Form and the Berserk Charge. So before I start the game, I'm going to go into Wisdom Form and immediately use a Cure to empty my MP, and then I'm just going to be gliding effectively around the area and just using rapid shots to defeat the mushrooms. So here we'll start. So it's going to start off, one shot will be able to typically defeat each mushroom. As you defeat more and more of them, they're going to take more hits to take out. Now notice my MP's recovering fairly quickly because I'm in Wisdom form. We want the Berserk Charge to be in effect as long as we can, so that's why we took off Sora's MP Haste and MP Hastera on Sora's base form. When your MP does recover, just kind of use a Cure and then just continue shooting them. And notice now they're taking more hits to defeat. I did say glide around earlier. Really, we're just sliding around, but you guys kind of figured out what I meant, at least by watching the video. And while Sora's finisher in Wisdom form obviously isn't necessarily bad, it just takes longer to go off, so that's why the Berserk Charge ability is really useful here. Okay. So anyway, you see that there it did some fireworks. That's what we want to see from every mushroom. That means we got the score that we needed for the mission requirement. And for this one, we need to defeat 85 mushrooms or more. So we're gonna be moving on. Next, we're going to Twilight Town, where we see mushroom number 12, the Larxene Mushroom. This mushroom has sort of a similar idea to what we did. I'm going to be using the same strategy of Wisdom Form and using the Berserk Charge, so we just don't use our finishers. This mushroom is going to make clones of itself, but this one isn't going to try to attack us. They're just going to appear in random places, and we just have to, again, try to defeat as many of them as we can within the time limit. So, literally doing the same thing. We have 1 minute to destroy as many of these. All of them are just going to take one hit, so I'm just using Cure immediately to put myself in MP Recharge, and the Berserk Charge is activated, so The terrain here is very annoying. Those pillars get in the way very often of what you're trying to do. So, really, all you want to do is keep sliding around. Here I kind of messed up my score a bit, but we just want to go around and just keep shooting these guys. They're always going to take one hit no matter what. And try not to just whiff completely by just hitting these pillars. Do your best to move quickly. You can use whatever magic you want if you find that more helpful. Sometimes it probably is, particularly when they start going up high like that. Alright, that was not my best attempt at this, but I got the fireworks. Your goal is to get 40 in 1 minute. So, we got that taken care of. Now, back to Agrabah, we have our friend, Mushroom number 5, who we've been visiting a little bit at times. This mushroom, we've sort of seen its game. It's not gonna attack you or anything, it's just gonna sort of float and continuously heal itself. Our goal is to take out its health bar. It recovers at a very rapid rate, so there are a couple different ways we can do this. The easiest way that I find is to use Final Form, equip whatever you think are the 2 strongest Keyblades that you have. I'm not 100% sure if that makes a huge difference in this, but I'm gonna put Decisive Pumpkin and Fenrir on normal and Final Form. And then I'm just gonna use potions. You can technically do this with any item, but I'm just gonna put a bunch of potions in Sora's inventory, and I'm gonna put those on my shortcut. And as soon as it starts, we're just going to immediately just use up those potions in the shortcut. You can also do this with Limit Form, and with Fenrir and Negative Combo kind of works pretty well if you only use Zantetsuken as the finisher, but this is a lot easier. See, very quick. Our goal is to defeat it in 10 seconds. This is one where your level is going to matter a little bit because you need a decently high strength stat, but not too difficult. So, back in Timeless River, we have mushroom number 11, the Marluxia mushroom. When you start this game, the mushroom's going to put a counter that'll say 99 on its head. We want to hit it 99 times. So what I'm going to do is take off my Combo Plus abilities. That'll make this easier. I'm going to equip the Rumbling Rose Keyblade and make sure that you have any Finishing Plus abilities equipped on Sora that you've obtained through leveling him up and through the various points. We're going to be using Wisdom Form again, so here's where we want to make full use of the Finishing Plus and Wisdom Form's finishing attack. The mushroom's going to be hopping around a bit, so your distancing is going to take a bit of time to get used to, but we're just going to be moving around and trying to get the finisher off on it as much as we can. So you don't want to be too close, otherwise your shots whiff, and if you're too far, then they just miss or just take too long to get there. We have this timer here. I got it really close there. We want to defeat it in 19 seconds or less. It's not completely necessary, but if you have Negative Combo, this is another game where it would be pretty useful to have equipped. In Olympus, we have Mushroom 6, the XIII mushroom. This mushroom, again, is going to be making clones of itself. They're going to stand in stationary positions, and we want to just defeat them as quickly as we can, based on the different patterns that they're in. So what I suggest is we're going to be using Final Form. Equip the Keyblades you have with the highest magic stat, I would say. And then we want to adjust our customization a little bit. First, I'm going to make sure I have a good deal of ethers. So I'm going to shuffle this around. I'm going to be putting Blizzard, Fire, and Thunder back on my attacks as they were initially given to me. And I'm going to make sure I have ethers equipped. So, again, we're going to be going into Final Form, and then just as they show up, we want to be using the appropriate magic based on the pattern that they're in. So when they're lined up like that, you want to use Blizzard. When they're surrounded together, use Fire, and you want to not run out of magic like I did. This is one that I tend to make a save point for because I sometimes mess this up a bit, and I don't want to lose out on those ethers. Alright, we're getting it back together a bit. If something goes wrong, then, you know, just start hitting them normally, however you need to. If you are struggling with this, then you can have auto lock-on with Thunder and just kind of spam that. Just make sure you don't use up all your MP. I cut it very close here. Our goal is 45 seconds or less. Now stopping by Twilight Town, we get mushroom number 8, the Axle Mushroom. Alright, I just gotta take a bit of time to prepare myself. Some of you know already. When we start this game, we're gonna throw the mushroom in the air, and we just have to juggle it for the whole time. This is the mushroom that frustrates me the most, and tends to be the one that people need the most help on. So this is gonna take me a few times. I'm only going to show the successful attempt. I'm going to be using Master Form. So, the Keyblades I suggest are Fatal Crest, and in my case it's Fenrir, but whatever Keyblade you have that's the longest. And I messed up my settings there a bit. Hang on. We're still making use of Berserk Charge, so that's why I have Fatal Crest on. And we're going to do Fenrir just for its reach and the negative combo. We're going to go into Master Form before we start the game, as we've been doing. And I didn't adjust my magic, but it's fine. I'm just going to use Cure. And then I'm just going to want to hit this thing as many times as I can. So I'm using Master Form because its combos are particularly fast, and you get a lot of hits in them. So this game is very frustrating. Hang on, I'm going to show it a successful attempt.
Let's go.
So as you notice, once you get a good deal of hits in, the mushroom's either going to break out of your combo by jumping up a little bit, or it'll just fly to the side. What we want to do is just do your best to try to combo it into a wall or a corner, and then just aim yourself towards it as best as you can when it jumps away from you. This is likely the one that's going to take you the most attempts to do. It's very, very frustrating at times. But we want to get 85 hits or more. So in Radiant Garden, we have mushroom number 9, the Demix mushroom. This is sort of similar to what we were doing with the mushroom number 8. Once we start the game, we want to hit it as many times as possible without it stopping spinning. If we have a break in our hits, it's going to end the game. So this is a much easier version of what we just did. We're still going to be using the Fatal Crest Keyblade and relying on Berserk Charge. The only abilities I would really say is have Horizontal Slash and Aerial Spiral. Aerial Spiral is sort of a backup but start a combo with aerial spiral, and then just keep hitting square to use horizontal slash. Because we're in MP recharge, we can just continuously do this as long as we hit the target. If it gets too far away, then that's where aerial spiral can come in handy. Still just try to angle yourself towards the mushroom. That should make it easier. Effectively, this is a much easier version of mushroom number 8. We want a score of 75 hits or higher. Stopping in Beast's Castle, we have Mushroom 3, the Zaldin Mushroom. For this one, the mushroom's going to start gliding around and just dropping these random orbs everywhere. It has a random pattern each time, and our goal is to just collect as many of the orbs as possible until the mushroom gets bored and decides to leave. So, for our setup, I'm going to use the Follow the Wind Keyblade for its draw ability. And really what we want to do is stack draw as many ways as we can. So from the Keyblade, from Sora's support abilities, we want to equip it as many times as possible. And if you have the draw ring, we want to make sure to equip that. So a lot of my equipment has things that raise my AP a bit. So in your case, like, if you need to unequip some abilities, definitely do that just for the sake of this particular game. It'll make it a lot easier. And also make sure that... Actually, this isn't fully a requirement, but it'll definitely help you keep up a little bit. Having Sora's growth abilities all maxed and equipped are very helpful for this. So, once we start the game, I'm just going to float around, and I'm pretty sure this is a completely random pattern each time. So, occasionally it's going to sort of just dash forward, and then it's going to drop a bunch of the orbs. So, we really just want to do our best to stay as close to it as we can. Again, I don't think there's any set pattern for this, so you just gotta really react to it. When it does the sort of dash, we want to really make sure we start collecting orbs there. So, this is one of the friendlier mushrooms. Our goal is to collect 450 orbs or higher. Now, stopping by in Halloween Town / Christmas Town, we have Mushroom 2, the Zigbar Mushroom. For this one, I'm going to equip the 2 longest Keyblades that I have, so Fenrir and Decisive Pumpkin. We're going to be using Final Form. This mushroom is going to sort of just float around, and occasionally it's going to shoot us with various energy projectiles, and we just want to deflect them back at it. So we have a few ways we could do it. You could use Guard and just have good timing. You could use Reflect and summon Stitch. Personally, I find this to be the easiest way, which is just use Final Form. You're just going to jump in the air, then just hold down square without moving the analog stick, and your Keyblades will deflect most of the energy blasts on its own. So mostly it's just going to be like this. He's going to be shooting out the projectiles at different rhythms. When it does that scatter shot, you want to make sure you use Reflect. Otherwise, just make sure that you stay facing the mushroom. Now it starts moving around a little bit. So just gotta let yourself hit the ground and reset just to make sure that you're facing him. Otherwise, you won't be deflecting all the orbs. If one of them misses you, it just there, obviously you won't get a score for that. This is one of the more lenient mushrooms. I've occasionally done this and messed up 4 times and still got the high score we need. We want to get a score of 80 or higher. Heading to Port Royal, we have Mushroom 10, the Luxord mushroom. This mushroom is very similar to the Black Ballade from the previous Kingdom Hearts. Once we start, this mushroom's going to split into 5. One of them's going to jump up, that's the real one, and then they're all going to scatter. We have to hit the correct mushroom and do enough damage to it. We have to effectively just defeat it within a certain time period. So, to make sure I don't really hit any of the other mushrooms, I take off a lot of Sora's aerial combo modifiers. I'm gonna want as many finishing plus-ons as I can, and I am taking off my aerial combo, my air combo pluses. So, with Fenrir equipped, I'm only doing a regular hit and then going into my finisher. So it's one finisher. So that's usually the way I find to get the most damage out. Your level might matter for... Your level's gonna matter for this a little bit, so if you're having trouble, just go and level up a bit and then come back later. So, anyway, we're gonna start the game. I'm gonna go into first-person mode, which we have not done in a while, and I'm gonna do a bit of a cheap strategy of just pausing to help me keep track of the mushroom. And I'm just gonna go over to it and then just do as many hits as I can until it resets. And here I didn't move back far enough in time to go into first-person mode and see it, but I still managed to keep track of it because I got a pretty decent RNG for this. And this is the best luck I've had with this, honestly. And for each time you do a good deal of damage to it, it's gonna do this portion a bit faster. There we go. So our goal for this one is to defeat the mushroom in 55 seconds or less. Now headed back to Twilight Town again. Here we get mushroom number 7, the XIII mushroom. For this one, similar to XIII, the mushroom is going to go into a berserk state, and its hits are just going to knock us back a decent amount. It's just going to constantly attack us. We have to defeat it. So there's a pretty simple way to do it. What I'm going to do is just equip my Keyblades with the strongest magic for base and final form. And all I'm going to do is just jump and use our favorite overpowered spell, Reflect. So, go into final form, start the game, and then again, I'm just going to jump and reflect. There we go. So our goal for this one is to defeat it in 10 seconds. So, back in the world that never was, we have mushroom number 1, the Xemnas mushroom, leader of the Mushroom 13. For this game, the mushroom is going to effectively use reversal to get behind us. We're going to get an option for reversal, but we're also going to get another reaction command called Quick Slide. We want to be using Quick Slide to effectively catch it off guard, and then we'll be able to hit it. We want to do a certain number of hits within the time period. For each time we get Quick Slide off correctly, we'll be able to do a maximum of 9 hits before the mushroom resets. So you can use a bit of a complicated setup with negative combo, Fenrir, and Wisdom form and use the finisher. I found it easier that if we just do final form, we're just gonna jump and do 1 hit. Getting the timing for Quick Slide will take a bit of time to just fully get used to. There, once we get it, we get exactly 9 hits off each time. And there I kind of messed it up. If we mess up the timing for it, it becomes a little bit frustrating to get back into it. And yeah, I kind of messed up here, so I'm gonna have to go another attempt. Oh, and I was just barely short, honestly. Alright, here's take 2. Again, just use quick slide and we'll get exactly 9 hits off. Don't be too early and use reversal, otherwise you just sort of end up stuck in a loop with it. Now the goal for this one is to get 70 hits. So we're heading back to Radiant Garden, where the mushrooms gathered. I'm gonna do a check in my journal. So we'll take a look at the mission sections in Radiant Garden. So notice it says mushroom number 13, challenge to a duel, but notice there isn't a score at all. So let's just head forward and see what's up with these guys. They seem pretty happy. Let's examine. I guess that's mushroom number 13. Let's see what its game is. Hey, it's a new Keyblade, the Winner's Proof, and the Proof of Peace. This is one of the 3 proofs that are required for getting the secret ending on critical mode, and getting any of the proofs in any order, it doesn't matter which, but notice Sora has this nice little bronze crown on his head. And let's take a look at the Keyblade we got. Winner's Proof. This Keyblade has the highest magic stat in the game, but it comes with the ability No Experience. So, bit of a choice whether you want to have it equipped. If you're doing a level 1 run already, then you know, it's just gonna increase your magic, so he'll enjoy it. It's definitely gonna have its uses. Well, that's gonna be it for this episode. Thanks for watching. If you enjoyed the video, leave a like, consider subscribing to the channel, share with a friend, leave a comment, all the good stuff. Thanks again for watching, and I will see you in the next episode. Bye.